How's it going? This is Odd.
Hey, it's Red here.
And Mal.
And you're about to listen to our podcast. I'm just going to give you a heads up. Probably not the greatest for having your kids around.
Nope.
We are a 18-plus podcast, and we would appreciate if you would take that into consideration, as we honestly have horrible mouths. And obviously,
influences will ruin your life.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, by what our name is, we are the Ganja people.
And I was smoking during this intro.
Hey, I'm Hud.
I'm Red.
And I'm Mal.
And we are the Ganja people. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hi.
He's
Of course,
like,
the
the
fucking
fucking
dogs
dogs always bark every time she says hey. This
Hey,
is
shut up. Sorry.
our special guest, Jesse.
Hi.
He's like so excited to be on here. He's like, hi. Like, fuck you guys.
We're jogging out into the cold.
He's hanging out with us for a couple of days, so since Red decided he had not the ability to be here right now, we have Jesse.
Yep.
Jesse's been learning about reptilians.
For like a couple of days now. He's like, holy
Dude, he's
fuck.
loving it, though. You've gotten to hold so many snakes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And like, normally you don't even hold snakes.
Yeah, that's not really my thing, no.
But like, I feel like you trust us to hold them because you're like, okay, these guys, like, I trust them, so I know that they're not going to give me something that's going to bite me.
Yes.
Like,
And that's exactly why I didn't hand you Mocha.
Yeah.
she's not, like,
As bad as she
the
used to.
chance of her biting you is very minimal. But out of all of them, she would be the one to bite you.
Yes.
That or Robert. But it's only because Robert's a baby.
Robert's little, and he just doesn't quite understand yet. He's getting there. He's much, much better than when we first got him.
Well, he was only like a month old when we got him.
Oh my god, he was so tiny. I thought I was going to break him in half. When he came out of the bag, I was like, oh my god, you're so little.
Like,
Really?
he was like the length of a pencil
Oh my God.
at like the width of a, like, smaller than a dime.
Oh my god, he was so tiny.
Like,
Wow.
I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm going to break your tiny ass.
I have a video somewhere. Remind me, I'll show you. It's when we unboxed him. He like come right out of the box and like right at my camera.
Oh my
It was
god,
really,
so
really cool.
It was so cute.
Oh man. So let's do this.
Yes,
You can wait till later.
that's fine.
Suck.
Honestly, I figured I'd do the second half because you're impatient and you'd want to do Caddy.
Exactly.
I think Poe's funny when she comes up because she's just like, here, take me.
Oh yeah.
Are we gonna go hang out now? Oh, okay.
We're
Let's
going
go.
on an adventure? Awesome, where are we going?
By the way, green hits of the night.
Oh god. She makes me giggle though. She just came out of shed, so Jesse got to see her all freshly shed and beautiful.
He saw how dirty she looks before shedding.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, you see how much more clean, and she still has, like, a dirty look to her, which I love. It's part of, like, the reason why I love her.
I don't think she looks dirty at all.
Like, her
yellow. Yeah, never mind.
like, the yellow on her looks dirty on top.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not super...
Bright?
No,
used to
like,
be-
really clean. Like, it doesn't... it has, like...
There didn't used to be any speckling in it, and it used to be just solid yellow, and now she's getting more, like, darker flecklings in it, and it makes it have this dirty look, and it's beautiful on her.
And as she gets older, she'll have more and more and more of it, probably. It's kind of like banana ball pythons. They'll get black speckles, little dots on them.
Like little
freckles.
Oh, really?
And the older they get and the more they shed, the more and more that they have come up.
Oh my god, they're so cute. I love their freckles.
And not only are they always black, sometimes they're like a grayish color. I've seen white ones, brown ones. Like, it's just, they have speckles.
They're so cute. I'm really excited for it.
I don't know when we'll have, like, any bananas in our collection. I know we will, for sure. Bananas and coral glow, for sure.
Babe, I've come to the conclusion, I just don't know what's going to come into our collection next. Like, that's kind of just how my brain has decided to roll.
It depends on who finds something at a decent price when we can afford it.
Yeah.
Between you or I.
Yeah.
When's the next animal expo around here?
The end of January.
The last Sunday of January, it's the 30th.
How much does it cost to go to?
$6.
Oh, shit, I can afford that on a whim.
They're fun.
I mean, it's not too bad.
It's
for
stupid
sure.
early in the morning.
We leave here at usually 7:30, drop the kids off at Ma's, and then we go to the expo and walk around. Sometimes they come with us, but...
It's paid. Davey, the boy isn't so bad to take, because he's older, he knows not to reach into containers, but the baby wants to reach into everything. So, like, she sees a container with alligators, and then she starts reaching her freaking hands in there. So
she literally did.
Yeah.
She put her hands right in with some fucking alligators. I'm like, oh my god! Like, I was like, nope, no, we stay within an arm's reach of her at all times, because one of us has to be able to grab her little ass.
Usually, one of us has a hold of her at all times. Out of the babies, she's the worst of the two.
Oh my god.
She's terrible about it. She wants to touch everything, hold everything, and pet everything. She is her mother's daughter.
The other boy is scared of, like, snakes and stuff that he doesn't know. He knows that ours are okay, but he doesn't know about it. He's like, I know, it could stay over there.
Which one, the older one or the younger one?
No, the other boy. He's the younger one. He's not about stuff he doesn't know. If he knows it, he's good about it. He's about not always holding it. It's more so he likes petting things. Now, the baby wants to hold everything.
Oh
She's like,
God.
let me hold.
We took her to the zoo, and there was a Komodo dragon laying right next to the glass. Okay, and it's kind of just laying there with its eyes open, looking around a little bit. And she walks up to the glass and kneels down next to it and goes, hi, baby, and starts talking to it.
As she's, like, petting it, petting it through the glass, I'm like, she is her mother's daughter. Like, holy good feckin' Lord.
I'm like, you're in so much shit when she gets older, because now you'll have two of us to raid in. Good luck to you, sir. I thought my partner in crime.
The thing about it, though, like, once we get to, like, she's a teenager, I think financially we have the ability to do what we would like, I feel like, a little more than what we do currently. I mean, if everything works out the way we want.
Yeah.
So, I have the feeling that we'll end up going to the expo to sell animals and selling almost as much as we're making, or picking up as much as we're selling.
Or trading. I'll be like, hey, I'll give you this one for that one.
We're going to have some pretty stellar babies, like expensive, because of what we have. So I think it's going to
pan out.
Oh, it's going to be so cool to not only be able to go to the expo just to go, but to be a vendor there. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, how much do you be paying to be the vendor, too?
It's only like $15 a month or something.
Now, how often is there one of these?
Once a month.
Yeah.
Oh, in Erie?
It's every it's the last Sunday in every month. And the Family First Sports Park.
On Oliver Road?
It's like so when you're coming into Erie on Peach Street, there's the Country Fair on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay, if you go down that road right there, it's literally just like 100 meters, 200 meters up the road. And then you turn into a sports complex, and there's like arena when you first walk in, and then you go up, and there used to be a big dome, and there's a big soccer ball up there.
It's like
you
a
go
giant
there,
soccer ball statue.
you go right there, and they used to have like bumper cars to your side. You just sit right here, and then you just walk up into the building.
Yeah,
it's right on the right hand side, left hand side.
How much a cheap iguana setup would be?
You need a proper setup. I ain't setting you up in an iguana without a proper setup.
That's funny. You're all about the iguana.
I had an iguana one time, and I fell in love with him.
They're super cool. They really are.
I only got to see him every other weekend, and he still responded to me really well.
They're a lot of work, and they consume a lot of your time for taming. Like, in order to get an iguana that's friendly, you really have to work with them a lot.
Well, when I was down there the one summer that my dad first got this iguana, I was there, like, quite a bit, and playing with him most of the time.
Right. Well, obviously,
that's why he got to know me and liked me.
Even though you're not huge on snakes, like you're obsessed with the snakes. Like I don't know how long in the last couple of days that you've just sat and like watched Terry, and you're just like, she's so cool.
Well, she's so active compared to the rest of them.
Right. Well, it's because she's a carpet, but like she's just like busy, and you're just like, oh man, she's so cool.
She's my favorite too. It's okay.
No, my favorite's Clarice.
She's my second favorite, so that's okay too.
Because Clarice is just so pretty.
But she's new for us too. So like, new stuff is new. So like, we're really excited for it to start, and then like, we'll slow down on how much we're crazy about it. Clarice probably won't be that case.
No, because Mal is still obsessed with Terry. Okay, like I love the fuck out of that snake, and Clarice is my other baby. Like they're all my babies, but like.
I was going to say, you say they're your baby, like, every single one.
Yeah, but like... So, like Poe and
capital
Edgar are more my situation that I do stuff with is Poe and Edgar. Like, she'll hold both of them, too, but, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, but Poe seems more like your energy level.
They hang out with me more often, yeah. And, like, Edgar... I love just getting Edgar out, and, like, I'll just put him on my chest, and I'll just lay there, and we'll just, like, hang out.
See...
Like, me and him will just lay there and hang out, and he'll, like, come up to my side of my head, and just hang out next to my ear, like... Just, like, going... He'll sit, he'll sit on the top of my ear, just with his head, and just sit there.
Yep.
Like, hang out.
Odd is way more prone to hang out with any of the ball pythons.
Something's dying.
Yeah. He usually is more prone to hang out with the ball pythons. I'm usually more prone to hang out with the feistier things, or the more go critters.
I like hanging out with Terry, too, though. I hang out with Terry a lot. Sometimes, even with Mal not here, I'll get Terry out and... hang out with her.
Who's Mal?
This is Mal. I'm odd.
Okay.
Sorry, that was my fault. Apologize. So, anyways, like, I'll get Terry out sometimes when she's not even here. She'll go take the kids to speech therapy and something, and I'll sit and hang out with Terry for a little while and just hang out with her.
She's a good girl. She didn't used to be. She used to be gnarly. I had to get her out with a snake hook when we first got her. Couldn't even...
Terry. Yeah.
I had to use a snake hook with her when we first got her.
She was pretty gnarly. She wasn't super socialized when we got her.
You couldn't just reach in there. There was none of that.
Like, that's how the machetes will be when we get them. They're not going to be socialized at all because they're going to be wild.
Yeah, that snake hook and I are going to be real good friends there for a minute. Possibly. Hopefully, I can just do it with my hands. But if necessary, I have a snake hook. Get it.
They're bright yellow.
No, they're black.
The top's black, but like the bottom half of them is like a really vibrant
highlight.
Now, are they the ones that are mildly venomous?
No, no venom.
Nope, they're not venomous.
That would be the
There's
hognose.
colubrids, so it means that they have teeth like towards the back of their mouth instead of the front of their mouth and stuff.
Yep.
And then they get to be 9 feet and about probably that big around. I'm assuming.
Okay, so they're not real fast.
They're fully arboreal, so they live in the trees. They're meant to be long, skinny, and wiry.
Just like the carpets.
And fast.
Just like the carpets.
They're not like a boa, slow and...
chill. Boas are just stupid lazy. So, like, she just, like...
The trick with the colubrid, though, is you gotta get them to use their brain. As soon as you can get their brain to click on, then they're usually alright. But you gotta get their brain to click. And you gotta get through their panic first. Yeah, exactly. You gotta get through their panic.
Keep it up with them.
You gotta get through their panic, and then once you get through their panic, then they'll start using their brain, and then they'll be alright.
What was you saying that Kevin says that what's he calling
Get their yayas out.
The yayas.
They gotta get their yayas out.
I get it.
Yep. When he has cobras getting out, and when he gets a cobra out, and it's biting on a towel or something before he does a medical procedure for it, or, has to do something to help it, and it's biting the fuck out of a towel, he's like, yeah, let it get its yayas out first. Yeah, that's part of it.
Not. It's not something we're going to have to practice, because that's not going to be a problem.
No, I know.
We're not owning a cobra.
I know. You won't let me have a cobra because...
Or something stupid dangerous.
You'll find me cuddled up with it somewhere, and then you'll be super pissed. So you won't let me have one.
No, we'll end up finding a corpse somewhere. And it's not going to be a cobra corpse.
She's going to be like that Asian girl that we saw on we saw an Asian girl on Facebook the other day was cuddling with her king cobra that was like 12 or 14 foot.
It was like rubbing
like
all over
on her face.
And
I was like, oh, fuck
the
no.
fuck out of her. Like, I mean, it wasn't hooded up or anything. It loved the shit out of that little girl.
Yeah, it was just like rubbing itself all over her face. I was like, no, thank you. That's like death wish.
I'm like giggling. I'm like, that's what would have happened to me. You'd be so mad.
I'm like, not a fucking chance. Like, the chance that cobra would like trip on itself or something really stupid in my fucking luck, and it was like, in my fucking skin. Yeah, I would be dead. No. Mm-mm.
So, because like I would kill to have a gaboon viper, and that's a giant no. Like that's a no with capital N-O and lots of exclamation points.
It's one of the most dangerous snakes in the world.
That's not something he'll negotiate with me on.
Has the biggest fangs out of any viper. It has such big fangs that when you hit it, so you have to like grab it by its head so it can't bite you. It can stab you through the back of its head with its own fangs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like they're intense. The venom, you have about 45 minutes before you're dead.
No anti-venom?
Period. If you don't have an anti-venom or get to a hospital like right up here, like right now.
You're done.
Like it's venom attacks your heart.
Yeah, it goes straight for your heart.
No, you're dead. Like, you have no chance. And if you do survive it, your life has went down drastically how long you're going to live. Because your heart's going to be in bad shape. Yeah. If you survive.
Well, me, I'd be dead then. My bad heart.
Yeah. See? So I'm not allowed to have stuff like that. Because, and I know I would too. I would get complacent. Is what would happen.
Get complacent?
I would get too comfortable handling them and I would end up taking a risk I shouldn't. And that's what would get me nailed. Like
right now, she don't care because she's like, oh, if I get bit, I get bit. Oh, well, they're not venomous. I'm like, yeah, but you should practice not getting bit. Like, not getting, because you have to think, yeah, right now it's not a big deal, but someday when you do have something that's semi-dangerous, possibly, I was like, that's a really stupid thing to be in the middle of.
Well, now, granted, right now, what I'm doing with the whole, I don't give a fuck if I get bit, is reaching in to just get them out. Is usually when the circumstance is. It's not food, and reach in there, if I get bit thing most of the time. To wrestle a rat out of terry, you don't have a choice other than to do it with your hands. You just don't. And you just swing her head away from me. If you noticed, that's what I was doing, was keeping her head away from me.
Now, if I go to one of these reptile conventions with you guys.
Yeah.
How wide are like the aisles at these conventions?
They're like...
Yeah, they're plenty big.
A solid, like, 8 feet wide.
Because, me, sometimes I'm off balance and stuff.
Yeah, 8 foot, probably a little wider than
so
that.
I was probably taking my cane, gotcha.
It's not super crazy in there. Sometimes it's really loaded with people, but a lot of times it's not.
Right now, it doesn't seem to be as bad. Once the weather gets nicer, I think it'll pick up again.
Right.
Usually when the weather's cold, it's not.
How long have you been doing these reptile conventions up that way?
Since April.
This past year?
Well, no, we've been going since April.
I think this last year, at the beginning of the year, was the first ones they were doing.
Okay.
Because we went to, like, one of the first ones that they had.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of people there. Like, we waited in line for 20 minutes even to go in the building.
Yeah.
You think it'll be like that in January? No.
No, it's not been like that since. Not that busy.
No.
Like, there's probably a couple hundred people in there a couple of times we've went. The last 2 times we've went, it's been pretty slow.
I think it's just slower.
Now, how far away do vendors come to this thing?
Oh, Jesus. Our favorite vendor comes all the way from Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Michigan, a lot of them are from Ohio. Yeah. There's not very many laws in Ohio on reptiles either. It's not,
there's a couple
not
from
real
New York,
crazy.
But not many.
But most of the guys from New York have, like, they're not allowed to have anything venomous or poisonous in New York. That's the laws there.
They have a lot. And no crocodilians of any kind. Like, they have a lot of laws in New York about reptiles.
We're spoken this really fast.
Are we?
Oh, yeah. We're, like, 18 minutes in and almost got that done. Which means we're not even halfway.
Solid.
Indeed. Give you a second to get a breathe. I know, I was debating. I was like, maybe we should stop for a second because I'm
okay to take a breath.
Yeah.
But there is some PA vendors there. Our favorite actually usually has venomous stuff with him. He usually has my Gaboon Vipers that I get to look at.
And the rattlers that we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't know.
I love looking at them. They're super cool to look at. I'm not touching that.
Yeah, we don't
box.
take them out or touch the container. Either.
Like, I ain't touching the fucking container. That ain't happening.
But it's cool to get to see them.
But it's cool to look at. My favorite's when they bring their eyelash vipers.
Because the one time you had pictures showed like all these dishes kind of close together.
Sorry, guys. Had a brief intermission. We had,
Sorry.
Children.
Parenthood.
You have an issue every once in a while. So.
But no, they're a really cool experience. And I mean, I don't know if you like spiders and whatnot, but they do have those there too.
And they have scorpions and all kinds of crazy shit.
Are they separated out?
Yeah, they're like they have. Well, they're like vendors have their own areas. So like you'll see just like if you don't see a snake in it, you're like, okay, so that's a spider or that's a bug. So we're just gonna not go to that table.
Yeah, all of a sudden I don't want to go all of a sudden.
Well, that's just how we play it. We just don't go to those tables.
We just don't look at those part of the tables. Like, we just don't look at the bugs. We skip that part.
Like, we just go, like, a lot of, there's, like, the one gecko guy has bugs, so I'm like, I look at his geckos, and I'm like, okay, now I'm stopping. I was like, walk by that table.
If I go with you guys, I'm going to stick with you guys, and you just tell me not, don't
right.
go over here.
But I think you would really like looking at, like, the Pac-Man frogs. I could see, like, something, if you wanted, like, an animal, I could see you getting, like, a Pac-Man frog.
Yeah, low maintenance, and they
just super chill.
Super chill.
Aren't they, like, venomous or something? Or poisonous?
No.
No?
No.
I don't think so.
No, they just eat everything.
They just eat everything.
It was what that fat frog was earlier. It was the little Pac-Man frog.
I kind of caught him kind of gross looking.
Well, like, normally they're, like, you'd have to see them in person. They're, like, yellow, and they're, like, really cute. They're tiny, though. They're only usually, like,
because my dad's one buddy, he had some toads one time that were,
huge.
had fangs on them.
Fangs.
Don't, it looked like if they bit, you had to wear thick gloves, because if they bit you, you were going to get, you had anti-venom in the...
Okay, so, guys, I'll get back to you on what those are, okay?
Right? I was like, a toad with teeth?
I need to research this, because I don't have an answer. I cannot have a voice or an opinion on this.
They were toads.
I will do some digging, and I will get back to you. Not right this second, but in an episode or two. And you will have to probably send a message.
They were white in color, I'll tell you that much. Like a whitish yellow.
Okay. Keep that in mind. I will do some digging, because now...
Well, these are just, like, little frogs. And, like, I could see you just, like...
Oh, these were...
Pac-Man frogs get like that.
Yeah, but they only start out like this big.
Yeah, they're fucking tiny. And, oh my god, they look like a giant head with legs. That's what they look like as babies. Just a big-ass head with legs.
They're funny looking. They're super wide, just little fat fuckers.
Big-ass head, though. It's hilarious.
I don't know. I could just see you liking, like, a frog or something like that.
I need dumpy frogs, because they look at you all day like this.
Maybe I just want one iguana, because iguanas get decent sized. So it's a decent sized pet that I could actually sit there and pet.
Right.
After you get them tamed. Because, I mean, to me, any animal I have, I work with.
Right.
Right.
It's either that or... Because a dog, a cat, I don't know. I like dogs, I like cats. They just get...
annoying.
No, dogs, not so much. Cats can be annoying because cats are assholes. They just like to they like to look at you and go, "Oh, this artifact you have sitting here, let me just knock it off." And oh, this one here, it spills everywhere. So we're just gonna go look at you, smile, and go.
My favorite's when you tell her to get off the table and she just glares at you. Like, what are you gonna do about it?
Then we throw shit at her and she's like, ah!
Usually all she has to do is see me pick my arm back like this with either a pillow or a slipper, and she's out.
Yeah.
That's because I nailed her with my slipper the other day. I'm getting good aim with them fuckers.
It's literally like, she's like, Gah!
I do. I just like, Meh! And get her with it.
The dog's not listening or something.
I'll take my slipper off, and I'm like, listen here, motherfucker. And usually he's like, oh, shit, okay. Yep, time to listen.
Yeah, the biggest
the dog's ears pinned back, they're like, fuck, no.
Yeah, but the big guy, he's kind of...
dumb.
Just scared of her.
That too.
When the slipper comes off, he's like, nope, time to listen. I'm going to be good now.
Because the other night when you used the words that you used with him, it was funny because the two dogs and the cat all had snapped out where you were at.
We were out here, and I said, what did you get into?
Or something like that.
What'd you buy?
No, or what did you do?
Yeah, what'd you do?
What did you do? And that's what I ask the dogs when they get into stuff. And he said that when I said that really loud and kind of aggressively, the dogs and the cat were all like, mm-mm.
All their heads just snapped. Like, it was like almost simultaneous. I couldn't see the littlest one.
They're like, oh shit.
I could see the big one and the cat, and I could feel the little one's head snap. And I'm like, that's just kind of funny.
They're like, who's in trouble?
At first I thought they were like, is mom okay? But then you said that probably who's in trouble, and I was like, yeah, that probably was too, because their ears kind of all went back.
Yeah.
And the cat kind of went crunched down.
That's why they barked when I said hey, because when I say hey like that, usually it means somebody's here, so they automatically assume somebody's here and start barking.
Every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, shut up.
I'm like,
there's
really?
nobody here.
Like, I have to be careful how I answer the phone or anything. Because of
she like whispers into it.
But your cat is friendly to everybody. I swear, I've never seen a cat that's just that chill when people come to the house.
No, she's just horrible. She don't know how to put her fucking claws away, and she needs you all the time. Oh, it's horrible.
Doesn't bother me.
It's holes in my shirt, cuts in my stomach. Yep, no. Mm-mm.
He's allergic to cats, so
Yeah.
it makes it
So it
worse for him.
swells up and it itches to fuck. Yeah.
He asked me if when something happens to Autumn someday, if we'll ever have another cat, and I told him no. We'll probably never have another cat.
I would rather not.
Because your allergies are so bad. The only reason we have her is because I had her before I had you.
She's had Autumn for like 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
'Cause I've
And
had
she
a-
was already adult when Mal got her.
Yeah. Basically, this cat's just going to live forever.
She don't even look like she's like 12 or older. That's the sad thing. She still looks like she's like 6.
That's courtesy of the new cat food. Because, remember, she got kind of scraggly and lost a bunch of weight there real quick, like, for a bit, until I
a little
switched
bit.
her.
Right.
Now she looks fabulous, and she's not fat. She's healthy.
Usually she's
I don't
fat.
ever remember her being fat.
Oh, very.
Oh, God. Okay, so before she took off for 8 weeks, and when we went to move here...
It was like 10.
Yeah. She was fat.
Because like a year ago when I was here, she wasn't really overly weight. She was just...
She was at a healthier weight than she used to be.
Gotcha.
Like, this was like when Mal lived with her mom, and then we moved out here. She came up missing like 2 weeks before we moved here.
Yeah.
In the middle of like winter. She came up missing.
Yeah.
And she was gone for like 10 weeks.
I just assumed my cat was dead and was upset about it, and
her brother found her under their mom's house. Like in the
meowing like
basement.
crazy.
Yeah, and she was like bone skinny. It was crazy. If she wouldn't have been quite a fat cat like she was, she probably would have been dead.
Yeah. I don't know how she lived that long, because the coyotes out there is a big problem. Big problem. So, like, I don't know how she lived that long, that she did. Came home, I went and picked her up that day. Brought her here and got her some food, and poor thing.
And she never seems to try to go out the door either.
She does in the summertime. She don't like it when it's cold.
No, she goes to the door in the winter, you open the door, and she's like, fuck that, it's cold out there. And she turns around and goes back. Summertime, you gotta fight her to stay in the house.
Yeah. You gotta be smart about how you have the door open and
She
shit.
has gotten out a couple times. But she's not supposed to.
She come back at the end of the night or the next day. You're like, bitch. Literally, like the one day I looked for like 2 hours for her.
He did. He was really upset.
And
He felt really bad.
I couldn't find her anywhere. Nowhere. I looked like under the porch. That's usually her favorite place to go. Nope. Like I crawled under the porch.
Looking for a cat that you're allergic to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's my cat and he loves me.
Like
The things this man does for me.
you're a bitch. Like where the fuck did you go?
Yeah, I think I had the kids at speech therapy or something.
It was something.
I came home and he's like, listen, I'm really, really sorry. I swear to God, I looked for her everywhere. I tried really hard. And
Well, like
wasn't
I
mad
just
at
saw
him.
her. I was playing Apex. I just saw her. I was home alone. So like I just saw her at my like over in my corner sleeping. And then like a minute later, the dogs were like looking out the door, like excited. So I was like, what the heck? So I got up and looked and I didn't see anything. I was like, all right, whatever. I didn't know something like caught their attention. We have like stuff to keep them in, but
Yeah.
you never know.
These last couple nights spending here, because it's been a while since I've been here. Almost, probably roughly a year. And, your cat, I don't know, just seemed to remember me because as soon as I came in, wham! And down here, swats me on the leg.
Right?
Because your cat likes me. I don't know why.
You give her a lot of attention.
I give all the animals a lot of attention.
And they all like you.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
They're up your butt.
You also gave them
Because-
chicken
Oh, yeah, good job.
and pizza crust. So, like,
I didn't get no pizza crust. I ate my pizza.
I gave him pizza crust. I thought you gave me a piece too. Maybe not. Maybe
By
it
the
was
way, you
just-
left the pizza in the microwave overnight.
Yes, I did, didn't I? How
So
many
I guess
pieces were
you're the
there?
only one eating it because you're not feeding that to our kids now.
How many pieces were left in there?
I don't know.
I think there was maybe one, if not zero.
Just letting you know.
What? Still pizza there?
Yeah, in the fucking microwave, sitting at room temperature. That's dangerous. It grows bacteria anywhere from 70 degrees to
That'd be the first
120
time.
is the worst.
I say I ate that like that for years.
Hence why she had like the shits her entire life. I was like, yeah, that's why.
Dude, we got together and he found out that we were eating like 3-day-old Chinese out of the microwave, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
I wouldn't do that one.
Right? I'm like, that's rice. Like,
I didn't know.
That's fucking botulism will grow. That will kill you. Botulism will kill you.
That's how I grew up. I literally didn't know any different. And I didn't have any restaurant jobs. So, like, I didn't have to know that stuff. I didn't know.
Like, if the pizza...
Yeah, but it's just common knowledge you don't leave potatoes or starches that you cooked in fucking...
That's not common knowledge!
Yeah, it is. Like, it's...
No, actually, I was reading an article. There was... Over in some third world country, somebody left a bunch of potatoes, like, in their basement, and like, it killed like, one of the family members or something. They went downstairs, and because they had all turned green, and all the selenium or something like that, it's called, it makes. Anyway, it made a vapor, and it killed the person when they went downstairs.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
Uh-huh. I was reading an article not too long
Is
ago.
that just, like, from botulism, then?
No, it's, when your potato is sitting around, you ever see, like, a potato start to turn green?
No.
They get moldy and white or moldy
No.
and green?
No, like, the skin will turn green. When they start to turn green, they are not safe to eat no more. They're supposed to be thrown away. Because that is actually the...
Is that for, like,
that's why
yellow potatoes?
That's with any potato.
I gotcha.
Even the red skins will turn green.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Like, that's why a lot of Indians back in the day, like, you know, back when we first came over here as settlers,
Right.
didn't want to eat potatoes because they thought they were poisonous because they've died from eating.
Yeah,
beans.
I remember reading somewhere that
They'd
they
let
used to
them
think
sit too
potatoes.
long.
They also used to think tomatoes were poisonous too.
Yes, but it's just the vines that are poisonous on a tomato plant.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I don't know dick about tomatoes because I don't like tomatoes. So I'm like, I
I
don't
always
fucking
forget
care.
that because your father
It's
likes.
gross. My dad didn't like tomatoes till he was almost 35.
One of my favorite snacks
Seriously.
in the summer is a tomato sandwich.
Yes.
He hates that I love them. I don't know why.
I buy her them randomly, though, with
does.
fucking Miracle Whip and cheese.
I
and-
cannot stand a grocery store tomato. It has to be fresh from a garden.
Oh no, I'll eat a grocery store tomato.
Unless it's the
Yeah, but you lived at our grandparents' house the majority of your fucking life and always had a huge fucking garden of tomatoes. They have always had a huge garden.
yeah, because Grandma used to can a shit ton of
Oh,
tomatoes.
Grandma gave me a tomato pepper. It was such a
It was
fucking
huge.
good sandwich.
It's
Or
fucking
4.
huge.
I made like 4 sandwiches.
Like, this
out of it.
tomato was like this big around
Yeah.
last year when Grandma gave it to her.
Oh my God, it was so delicious.
I was like, good lord.
I made like 4 sandwiches out of it. It was great.
It's probably like an early girl.
It was fucking.
I don't know,
It was
but
huge.
yummy.
Because
It was like probably this big around, or this tall and like that big around.
It was
I ain't
huge.
shitting yeah.
It was delicious.
She'd have one slice of it and cover all her whole fucking sandwich.
I did. I made like
Sounds
4
like
or
an early
5
girl.
sandwiches out of it with a lot of salt and some Miracle Whip. Oh my God, it was amazing. There's no cheese involved in this. Just Miracle Whip, lots of salt and tomato.
I very little salt for me, lots of pepper, and some.
That's how my
Mayo.
dad is. He
But-
likes to pepper the fuck out of it. And he don't
Zero
put any
pepper.
salt on
But
it.
me, I like to have a cucumber with mine on the side, coated in nothing but pepper and just
I hate pepper.
a little sprinkle salt.
I like a good, just freshly cut cucumber.
Oh, I love
Or
cucumber.
what's really also good is cucumber and jalapeno. Fresh jalapeno and cucumber.
My gallbladder.
Yeah, but like, not everyone has a full garden of jalapenos to eat every year.
My gallbladder doesn't care for jalapenos too much. I don't really eat those.
Yeah, but a fresh jalapeno is like
To die for.
3 times hotter than any jalapeno you've ever put in your
see,
mouth.
then
I
I don't
promise
want
you
one.
that.
Yeah, see, then I definitely don't want
But like, you just slice, just like little
Well, if you take the
slices,
seeds out, they ain't that bad.
and like with a slice of cucumber at the same time. It is because the cucumber cuts that heat like to nothing almost.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
But
had it
you
before.
only need just a few slices of jalapeno in your whole sandwich just to get enough heat. As long as it loosens up my nostrils, I'm
My
good.
dad always just cut them together and just ate them like a sandwich, just with
Yeah, well, your
vegetables.
dad has a heat tolerance that makes me and yours put to shame.
Dude, I swear to God.
He
I was
puts
get-
the rest of the family to shame.
He has no heat receptors.
That's how I am too. I eat everything with hot mom or with smack your mama and shit like that too.
Jesus, when he lost his taste for COVID. Oh my God, there was one night he put hot sauce, smack your mama, horseradish, and regular hot sauce in.
No, chili pepper seeds.
Yeah, that's
like
what it was, chili pepper seeds.
Ghost pepper seeds. I have a container. My buddy grows ghost peppers
because he couldn't taste anything, and he was trying to force his body to taste it. And he's like, "Well, I can't taste it, but I can tell it's hot as fuck because I'm sweating."
Like legit, I'm just like. I can't even taste it. Hot, like, fresh seeds from a ghost pepper.
Gotcha.
And ghost pepper skin. Like, he just, like, mashes it all up and throws it in, like, chili and shit. And he handed me, like, a whole bunch. So I, like, took, like, a big, huge piece of chili pepper and cut that bitch up. And just was like...
Do you have any ghost pepper seasoning in there?
Yeah.
No, like, actual peppers, just, they're crushed. Peppers with just seeds and stuff.
Really? In the house.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 containers. I have one's African Queens, ghost peppers, and then Hungarians. I don't know which one's which though. He didn't label them.
Oh, see, I like the flavor of the ghost pepper.
Oh, yeah, me too. It's so sweet.
It has that fruitiness that almost like a mango-y kind of taste to it too. It's like a mango-y sweetness.
Don't look at me, I don't have a fucking clue.
It is really sweet. Like, you've had ghost pepper sauce, though, that is, like...
When's your daddy making me some of them pickled eggs?
Jesus.
You actually like the spicy pickled eggs?
Yeah.
He pulls them early for
She
me.
eats them at, like, a week and a half, 2 weeks.
She don't like
She doesn't eat it at 4 or 5 weeks like the rest of us crazy fucks.
He pulls a few of them early for me so that I can enjoy them.
That's my favorite.
She don't like them butthole burner hot.
No,
4 or 5 weeks. Let me tell you the story. I was working for the life insurance company, and my boss, his name was Johnny, and we were going from Warren to Erie. That's where our office was. We were leaving for last around night, and my dad lived over on the mountain still, in between. So I was like, hey, we're going to go by my dad's. He had some stuff for me real quick. Do you mind if I stop on the way home? He's like, no, that's fine. And he was riding with me. So I was like, all right, cool. So we went to dad's and he had some pickled eggs for me. So I was like, oh, fuck yeah, a whole bowl of them. I was like, sweet, because I was taking them back home. So
and
he's like, what are those? I was like, pickled eggs. He's like, I've never had a pickled egg. I'm like, these are hot pickled eggs. Like, they're delicious. They're just hot. He's like, oh, cool. Dad's like, you want me to get some more instead of eating the ones that I got you? I was like, yeah, sure. So he got the jar out and fucking dug out like 4 of them. He ate one himself while he was fucking digging them out. Gets like 4 of them, puts it in a bowl and brings them over. And he's like, here you go. Johnny takes one, eats it, like starts eating it. And he ate like the part with the yolk to start. So he's like, oh, this ain't too bad. He's like, this isn't too hot. Because, like, the yolk kind of cuts down the heat. When you eat just the whites of it, that's hot.
Yeah.
Like, if it's really fucking 4 weeks in or something, like, you're red all the way through, that fucker's hot. So, like, it'd been a good 3-4 weeks. And it was towards the very beginning of the batch. Like, the very first of the batch they put in, so it was, like, the strongest. They were really fucking good. Anyways... He eats that half, and he's like, this isn't too hot, actually. I was like, just trust me, it'll be hot by the time you're done. So, he takes the bite right before the last bite. There was like this much of the egg left. He just got through the whole yolk. He's like, oh, dude. He goes, I gotta use the restroom. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. So, like, he went to the bathroom, and he was like, all right, I'm good. I'm like, all right, cool. So he didn't eat any more of it. He left it. I ate 3, by the way, as he's eating that. Like, as he's in the bathroom, he goes, where'd the rest of those go? I was like, I ate them. He's like, all 3? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm pickled eggs. I eat like 3-4 at a time. Whatever. So fucking, like, he's like, all right. He didn't come to work the next day. I'm like, what the fuck? He didn't come to work the next day. I'm like, what the fuck, Johnny? 3 days go by. He finally comes to work and he goes... I don't know what the fuck your dad put in that egg, but it fucking killed me almost. He's like, I've been shitting my brains out for 3 fucking days. I didn't come to work for 3 fucking days because I was shitting my brains out. I'm like, right? That's fun. He's like, you ate 3 of them. How the fuck are you alive? I didn't even eat 1. And I was like, I mean, I've ate them since I was a little kid. He goes, he fed you those when you were a kid? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I've eaten hot shit my whole life. Little baby will eat eggs better with hot sauce than without hot sauce.
You give her scrambled eggs without hot sauce, and she just kind of looks at you like you're stupid.
Well,
she wants the hot sauce.
Well, Trav's little one there. His little girl,
Brielle, or Brylan, or whatever.
I can't. The younger one of the two. Anyway, okay. She loves suicide wings from this one bar that Travis gets them from that he loves them from. And the one day
she probably pestered him and pestered him until he's like, "You don't want it."
Well, I couldn't eat nothing hot because it would cause my gums to I don't know. Ever since I had the Sjogren's, just felt like a bunch of needles were tearing my gums apart. So I couldn't eat nothing hot for a year. It would suck. I couldn't even eat buffalo sauce stuff. Like red hot. It was pathetic. But it drove me nuts because I love everything spicy like he does. But anyway, I was at Travis' house. Like, oh, those are hot wings. And he's like, no, those are suicide wings. Like, ooh, they smell so good. And I'm like, and I watch Brielle just sit there and eat it. And I'm like, it's not even bothering your little girl. She's like, nope. She definitely got our DNA in him. Because she was just
yeah, but your mom likes a lot of hot stuff too, though.
Yeah,
like she likes some heat.
She told me that one of my first bites of tail food she wasn't thinking about was goulash, that she had some hot peppers and stuff in. So yeah, my first bite of tail food was probably hotter than hell because my dad said everything my mom cooked back then was hot,
spicy.
Yeah,
like.
My dad used to like spicy stuff. I don't know if he does.
She likes a lot of spicy stuff.
But my dad used to, and that's why I used to like it. I ate it with him, and then my gallbladder started to go to shit, and so I couldn't eat it. And now my tolerance for it, because I haven't been able to eat it, is just poo-poo.
I go through a ton of hot sauce.
My mom and your dad are the ones that love the hot food. Their other two siblings weren't real. They like spicy, but not like.
There was this salsa my dad's friend made before. That was so hot you couldn't eat it. Like maybe 3 or 4 chips and you were tapping out. My dad was just eating it all night long. Like nothing. He ate the entire jar.
I swear to God, your dad's got a stomach made of fucking steel.
I'm right there with you.
I can sit with him just as well. Like he actually gave me some Dorito chips that he couldn't handle. The flavor of it. It was lime and chilies or something.
Yeah.
And they had a real funky peppery lime flavor.
Okay.
So they tore up your mouth, I feel like, more than they did anything. Because the lime just tore up your mouth.
He said that they messed his mouth up.
But he'd eat 3 or 4 and not be able to eat anymore. And then he said he kept getting canker sores from them. So he's like, here, have them. And I ate them no problem. I was like, oh, these are pretty tasty.
I definitely want to steer away from that because with my one issue I have, the Sjogren's, gives you canker sores all the time. How it is just.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I hate canker sores.
Yeah, and I right now I only have 2 or 3 in my mouth, so it ain't too bad.
I have sores in my mouth a lot because I think I bite my cheeks in my sleep.
No, I have actual.
I used to have that problem. I'd have big holes in my cheeks.
Yeah,
and I think I would bite them.
I have really big ones right in the side, corner of my cheeks, and I don't remember biting my cheek. Every once in a while, I'll be like, man, I bit my cheek somehow. And I don't know how the fuck I did it. I don't remember doing it, so I feel like I do it in my sleep.
Because now I don't have that. It's not there. And I'm like, I must have been doing it in my sleep or something.
Right. I feel like it's been a while since I've bit my cheek and caused some detrimental hole in my cheek. I
used to bite my lips on purpose. So it was an anxious tick. When I was really nervous, I'd chew the shit out of my lips. And they would be a mess. Obviously, that's not a thing anymore.
When I used to get really mad, I'd bite my lip really hard and it would be bloody all the way across.
Yeah. See, and then
just because I'd be pissed, just fucking.
See me? No, I never took my anger out on myself like that. I always took it out on somebody else.
No, I didn't do it just because I was doing it to myself. I was just because I was pissed. I'm like, fuck, and I would just have my gum in there.
Well, when I used to get angry, I used to just beat the tar out of whatever pissed me off. But
yeah, but we're adults.
We went by the zoo today. If it tells you anything, and he's like, I spent lots of time at the zoo this year. I'm like, most animals do. And I'm like,
I just laughed.
I mean, you're spending time here, and we kind of have a zoo, so
it's just a very different kind of zoo.
Yeah, My favorite part of the zoo is the orangutans. They're most like me.
I can't wait to have a fennec fox.
A what?
A fennec fox.
It's an adorable tiny little fox with big ass ears.
Okay, take it they're not native to North America?
Yes. No. Maybe. No. I don't know.
I think they're from the desert area of sorts.
I think they're from Africa. But they are domestically bred, so like you can buy them in a pet trade.
They're pretty cool.
I need one. They're adorable.
They're like a little cat mixed with a dog.
Okay. I like foxes. I think they're beautiful animals anyway.
Right?
These are like
They're fairly small.
These are like tank-sized little foxes.
What size?
Tank.
Tink. Like Tinkerbell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're little tiny foxes with big ass ears. Let me.
That laugh.
Oh my god, they're so cute. Hold on, please.
They laugh.
Show me pictures of fennec foxes.
This is her thing. She does this.
Images of fennec foxes.
Look how fucking cute they are.
Oh, they are adorable.
Yeah. I know what they look like. They look like a chihuahua with huge ears.
They're so cute, and I need some.
She needs some.
Yep.
I told her it has to live in like an enclosure.
I'm not allowed to have it in the house.
I'm like, we're not having that in the house. It'll eat the floor and
Why
tear
can't
up
it
shit.
come in the house with me, into the garage with me, and back and forth and back and forth?
No.
It'll love it.
No.
What if it sleeps out there, but it can come back and forth with me when I'm kind of going throughout the day? But it has to sleep in.
We'll get
in the-
muddy prints all over the building
No
from
worse
it.
than the dogs. The dogs are going to come back and forth with me all the time.
She's going to be the one mopping that motherfucker every day, too.
Get a Swiffer. It'll be alright.
A Swiffer for mopping that big of an area. You hear the way she had the dumb shit that she has, that she comes up with?
With her made me think of when the lizard there that's at the top, that's the
Marbles.
Marbles.
yeah, when it hisses at her, it sounds like almost the same.
He was giggling because she was hissing at me as she was laid on my chest. All nuzzled up in my neck. She was like...
If you watch her, she goes, shh, shh, shh.
Like, I couldn't see that much of her.
It's funny.
She was hiding pretty good. She was not feeling being social. She was curled up into my neck pretty tight.
Yeah, she was like antisocial.
She's like...
She was like, no, Mom. I got her out just so he could see how big she was.
Right.
Because he hasn't seen her since, like, we were spoon-feeding her. And...
She was so adorable.
Yeah, I've only seen her pictures, and she was itty-bitty.
Yeah, she was tiny. She's grown a lot.
Yeah, she's a monster now. She still has probably about 4 or 5 inches grow.
Yeah, she'll get a bit bigger.
Now, that thing eats mice too, right?
Uh-huh.
Once a month. Once a month, she gets a rodent.
Yeah, she's a savage with it.
Oh, as soon as she realizes that that's what you got, it's game on.
She turns into like a little fucking animal.
Raptor. You wouldn't think them little tiny legs of hers can move, but I promise you, she can haul some ass when she wants to.
She's wicked fast.
Cool.
She wants that rodent, she will get it.
She ain't super fun to feed her to either.
No.
You gotta watch your fingers.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's basically tongs coming?
Yeah, because
if you're lucky, she don't fucking jump up and...
Yeah, because she's got
Because she damn near got me one day.
She did get my finger one time, and that hurt.
Break
She
the
got me
skin?
right in the cuticle. Clamped her jaws, like, right there. And I was like, ah! And I'm like, let go.
At least it wasn't a monkey skink. Monkey tail skink.
Why?
Because monkey tail skinks are, like, notorious for breaking fingers and shit if they bite you.
They have ridiculous jaw muscles.
Dang.
They have them at the Erie Zoo.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Monkey tail skink. It's in the one building over by the orangutan somewhere.
Oh, you talking about like when you go down past the playground? Yeah,
It's like inside.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's-
that's the one that has the big Bernethian python.
It wasn't in there.
No, wasn't that one?
No, it's not in that one. It's like a different
Because
building
they have a few
that's
different
in with
skinks.
other random shit. It's where the red panda is.
Okay, yeah, that's right over by the orangutan.
Yeah, you have the red pandas over here, and there's something else right here, and then there's 2 cages right here on the wall.
Yeah.
One of them is the monkey tail skinks.
Well, there's a couple different skinks in there.
But anyways, one's the monkey tail, like I was saying. And,
They have a gnarly bite.
like, they're supposed to be
There's something that if
stupid
we ever
mean.
did get, that's not one of those, if it bites me type animals. That's one of those, probably not.
And they live, like, they're semi-arboreal, which is shocking.
They're very arboreal. And they are also very social. They live in little social groups. They'll protect each other's young and each other.
Arboreal?
Trees.
Trees. Above the ground.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like, not on the ground, but above the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
They like the trees.
They're not like the orangutans who are mostly on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that maybe it's chimpanzees that are, like, high up in there.
Yes, chimpanzees are the ones that are higher.
No, orangutans live way up in the canopy, guys, and
That's
don't come on the ground very often. Chimpanzees spend a lot of time on the ground foraging, but they're also very crazy in the trees.
Not from what I was reading, but maybe I was reading about some, I don't know. Maybe I have it wrong.
Yeah, no, they definitely live in the canopy. They're not super... They really would prefer to not come on the ground. They have very short legs and don't run super great. Can they? Yes. Do they want to? Not really.
I know gorillas are on the ground mostly.
Yes. They don't get up in the trees too much because, well, quite honestly, they're fucking fat and hefty. Would you want to haul your giant ass up there if you were that big? No.
No.
I mean, they are wicked strong, though.
I don't like getting on the second rung of a ladder, let alone up a tree. No thanks. Yeah. This tree that... is the tree still there?
Yeah, that one is.
Yeah. Yeah, I got up on the first branch and got scared. Couldn't hardly get down. Had to hardly get myself down. I was a kid.
Can you imagine that? When we were kids, we used to climb the apple tree that was at Grandma and Poppy's.
So, you know at Poppy and
Just love
Tootsie's house, when you're driving next to the road, those really tall, big trees that are right next to the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big, huge pines.
Okay, the ones before the pines, the regular trees. There's really big ones there, okay?
Okay.
Before they got old and the branches started falling off, those are what we climbed as kids. And we'd go way up there. I don't know why. I wasn't afraid of heights then. It didn't bother me. I was just a little kid and I was fine. I was fucking way up there. I had a little spot that was like a nook in the tree like this that I could lounge in. And I had the perfect way to get up there, perfect way to get down. It was fabulous. We all had our spots in our tree. It was great.
One time at Dut's, we climbed a tree out at Dut's house. Like, you know that Gigantus fucker that's over by their pool, or by where their pool was? It was super it was taller than their house was. We climbed to the top of it, and then Dut was like, I don't think I can get down. I'm like, oh god, dude, you gotta get down, come on. I, had to help him get down, because he was like, oh fuck, we're way up here. I'm like,
Dut was scared of nothing, he was scared of heights.
It was just like, I think he had a vertigo feeling, because it was so high to him. And he was like, oh, shit. Like, how do I get back down? Because there's, barely any fucking...
Big branches up
Big branches left, because you're, the very top of them.
I always used to pick on Dut for how short he was.
I know.
He vertically challenged. But he could still spin kick me in the jaw. I don't know how it's been possible.
With a cowboy boot on.
Not even surprised.
He learned well. He used to be a lot of fun.
Oh, I miss him.
I miss him like crazy.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Right? Anyways.
And I would have never met him without him.
I know.
Okay, no sadness. We're not doing sadness. Nope.
No, actually, it's just good memories I have.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. But anyways,
goofy and crazy memories.
Climbing that giant fucking tree. It was a huge maple tree, like that one down there is. But we climbed to, the very top of it.
Oh, God.
Because, we were teenagers and we were fucking stupid. We waved at Mariah in the top fucking window. She was in her room fucking off and we were like, hey! She's like, are you fucking kidding me? What are you guys doing? We're climbing.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Some bad life choices climbing trees to the top. I mean, even 2/3 of the way, you're pretty good there. But I mean, to climb to the very top of the big branches, you're like, this, fuck me. It was bad life fucking choice, because you have to watch how you're getting down, or else you're gonna fucking hurt yourself.
Or die.
Yeah.
Or break bones like our one cousin always used to, it seemed like.
Well, we were only allowed to go so high up the tree, because my mom drove by one day and found us all the way in the tippy top. And about shit her pants and had an aneurysm because we were way up there. We were only allowed to go so high after that.
I feel it. Something When I was a kid, I didn't have any trees. I had bushes. So, like, I lived in the bushes, literally.
We had all that too. So, like, I actually had an old school bus in the woods that had benches and cupboards in it instead of bus seats. Played in that as a kid.
Did you hurt your hand?
It's cramping up on me.
I gotcha.
I'm trying to keep from popping the bones.
Right, I get it. I was wondering, I was like, oh man. Calypso's kind of cold.
A little bit. It's pretty fucking nippy.
So we have to tell the story.
What story?
The story. The Keith story.
Oh, guys, listen to me.
So,
okay.
After we did the podcast last week,
Red and I are sitting here on the porch. And we were chit-chatting back and forth about our grinders. I don't remember how we got on the topic, but that's what we were chatting about. And he said something about his Keith trap. And he's like, I haven't checked it in a while, to be honest. And I'm like, we checked ours, like, in October, but I haven't checked it since. We left it alone. There's probably not very much in there. He's like, yeah, I don't think there's very much in mine. So I'm like, well, check. Yours is right there. So he got it, and he opens it, and there's, like, a light dusting in there. Because it's, like, a pretty new grinder. He's like, yeah, I didn't figure there'd be much in there. I'm like, yeah, I don't think there'll be much in mine either. I opened it. Guys, the Keith was pressing on the screen because it was so full.
almost all the way around the entire thing.
There is Keith rocks in there that is just like compressed Keith.
It was pretty impressive.
Red and I are both like, what the fuck? So I had to show Odd.
That afternoon. So the next day was Christmas Eve.
I told him, no, he's like, I'm like, we have a lot of Keith. And he thought, his version of a lot of Keith and my version of a lot of Keith was two different things at this very second. He's like, I'm sure there's not that much in there. And I opened it and he's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I know! 6 grams of Keith in there, guys.
about 6 grams of Keith. Like, for anyone that's, semi-new to weed smoking and just is listening to us for some stupid reason like that. That's 2 cuts damn near. Okay? Worth of just fucking Keith. Like, DJ has been saving for over a year, and he's got almost 3 grams, he said. We've had this grinder since August.
Very beginning of August.
And holy fuckaroo. Like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, like... Lots of Keith. So we're like, well, fucking Merry Christmas to us. So guess what we made for Christmas Eve?
We decided to make a moon rock. Now, I don't know how you make your moon rocks, but I made a really stellar moon rock, I think.
Yeah, you did.
I used about a half a gram of wax to coat it. Yeah. And I spun it in my hands really fast to get like some good heat. And then I pushed it. Like, I used my thumb to, like, pin it down, like a rolling pin, and then I just flattened it out best I could, which was a really nice blanket.
Right.
And then I wrapped, probably, would you say, like a dime-sized ball?
More like a nickel.
A nickel?
Size nug.
Okay, so like a nickel nug.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah, so, a nickel-sized nug.
Yeah.
But, like, a full ball of it,
Yep.
We covered that with wax completely, and then we...
dropped it in the Keith and rolled it till it wasn't sticky.
I will have a picture of it for you guys in the description for tonight for you.
Yeah.
Because I took a picture of it because I was fucking impressed.
And it's sitting in the Keith thing, so like you'll be able to see how much Keith is in there.
Anyways, me and Mal and Red smoked it for over 2 hours. Like, over 2 hours. Holy fuckaroo. It took forever. We were trying to stay constant on it, like, after we got it started. Which, by the way, just to let you guys know, if you have proper moon rocks, which, by the way, if you don't know, we just explained it, but I'm going to explain it again. I'm a mansplaining it for you. Take a nug, wrap it in wax, roll it in Keith till it's no longer sticky. Okay. Anyways, if you're smoking said, which, mind you, fucks you up, use it for, first off, a party, I would say.
Yeah, no, trying to smoke it between the 3 of us was stupid.
And then, second, you should take a little bit of weed and make like a little mountain around it in your bowl and light that, and that's actually going to stay lit to help light your moon rock, because we tried to light it without doing that for like a good 20 minutes.
And then we gave up.
We were just pissing us off because the wax was just melting all over the weed and it wasn't hot enough to actually burn it off. So then it was just soggy. So then we couldn't get it. So we lit around the moon rock on fire, the weed that we put in the bowl, and then it burned through.
Perfect.
Like 2.5 hours between three of us.
Yeah, it took us a fucking hot minute.
And Red greened out 3 times, I think.
Yeah, he did. It was grody.
I mean, he championed it, though. I mean, would you keep going after you green out?
Yes.
What is green out
Means
for
you
those
puked
of us?
because you smoked too much.
Yeah,
Or too quickly.
You smoked, and it made you vomit.
Ew.
I've only ever greened out one time.
I don't think
it's because of the fucking...
Coughing?
No.
The bong was one of them.
Yeah, the water bong.
I have never actually greened out. I've come close, but I've never actually done that.
What the fuck is it called? The gravity bong.
Yeah.
Red's gravity bong did it to me one night. A gravity bong you can kill about a whole bowl with, and you can't even see through it.
It's one hit.
Yeah, it's one hit. And you just like...
Whole bowl.
And then like hit the whole bowl in one hit. That's, yeah.
Fucks you up real good.
It's really fucking crazy. Like...
It's fun, but...
I wouldn't recommend it for somebody that really wants... Like, I can get you fucked in about 6.5 seconds. Go from being sober to fucked in 6 seconds.
I don't think that anybody who doesn't smoke, at least on a fairly regular basis, should ever hit a gravity bong like that. Because,
not a proper gravity bong.
No, because I'm telling you, that will make them green out quicker than nothing.
And it's not enjoyable. Once you green out, you're not enjoyed.
Like, you feel gross, and it's just not fun.
Well, once you green out, like, you just feel like garbage because you're vomiting.
Yeah, it'd be just like drinking and vomiting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't really feel like doing anything after that. You're, no, I don't feel well. But
unless you're your mom.
She's intense.
Fucking psycho.
Because when it comes to pods, the only thing I'll do is edibles.
Yeah.
But
you green out from that, though.
Can you?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Absolutely can.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. You'll feel way too intense for too long, and you'll then start getting sick. I've damn near come close to greening out from an edible.
I need me a brownie is what I need. I need a BS brownie.
Yeah, well, he fucking said he made them for Christmas.
I know, but I don't have...
With those brownies we got the one time, that didn't really do much to me until the next day.
Yeah. Okay, so...
When I was, like, giggly, like, the whole next morning.
Yes.
Speaking of, let's talk about a weed strain.
All right.
Because we still have, like, 20 minutes. We have a whole bunch of fucking shit to talk about. We have a whole bunch of fucking shit to talk about. So tonight we're talking about Yumbolt.
Tell us about some Yumbolt, because it sounds intriguing.
Okay, so Yumbolt is a dominant indica dominant. Its parents is Humboldt Country. It's got medium amounts of THC. It's unknown for CBD. Smell and flavor is a sweet berry.
Ooh.
And its effects is trippy and relaxed.
Yes.
It says that Yumbolt is an indica cannabis strain that made its mark within the cannabis world when it won High Times Cannabis Cup in 2001. This strain has slowly traveled the world over the time and was being bred, having oriented in Afghanistan. It moved to California and later arrived in Holland. Yumbolt does not produce any distinct buds or flowers, but rather kick out branched buds that look like pillars. The strain can be cultivated in both indoor and outdoor environments. Outdoor plants feature a flowering period of around 9 weeks. Outdoor plants reach harvest time in about mid-October. So you're going to want to put that in the ground about July.
Oh, yeah.
When smoking large blunts or bong bowls packed with the flowers of Yumbolt, smokers can expect the feeling of a strong high that almost borders The line of psychedelic.
Dude, okay, we need to try something.
That's funny.
Well, like, the one time that I actually ate edibles, well, I've only eaten edibles a couple times, but the one time I literally laid down and when I closed my eyes, I was seeing colors, and then colors were turning to food, and then food was turning back into colors, and it was wild.
Sounds like a interesting night. Yeah.
Yeah, and the brownie was a lot smaller than the ones we got.
Right.
Brownie was like 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch, and it was just kicking my ass.
Right. Well, it was partially our fault, probably, that it didn't really like kick you in the ass really bad, because we know that you don't use weed very often, so we didn't want to overload you by giving you an entire brownie.
Yeah, but it was still a big chunk, and this was just a little chunk, and this little chunk kicked my ass.
Well, this dude's brownie number good.
Maybe you didn't get as much oil. I don't know. Could be. Could be. All right, so do you have some questions for us?
Uh-huh. If you were a ghost, what location do you think you would haunt? And is it the same or different from the location you'd want to haunt?
I mean, I'd probably have to haunt the Corey subway. I mean, if I'm being honest. But I would like to haunt, like, some fucking awesome place to fuck with. Like, in a big city, some, like, crazy place I could just fuck with people all the time. You know, it'd be fun. Like a big restaurant, something fancy.
I think it would be fun to go to, like, Nevada and, like, be, like, a ghost at a whorehouse.
Oh, my God.
I'm sure that would make for exciting times for you.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I'm not haunting a place. I'm haunting a person.
Oh,
well,
okay, so who are you haunting?
I'm haunting you, lad.
Oh, sweet.
Who?
Me.
Oh.
Me.
I'm haunting him. Ain't no bitches moving in after I die. Fuck that. I'm gonna make sure of it, too. And do I think that that's the same place I'd want to haunt? Absolutely. I think they are one and the same.
Right. All right, what else you got?
Okay. I want to know, should prisoners with a full life sentence be given the chance to end their own life, or end their life rather than live out their days locked up? So, like, instead of serving out their entire life sentence...
If they want to choose that?
Like, should they be given the choice of whether they want to live out their life sentence? Like, you know, serve out their life sentence, or say, fuck it, and end it all now instead?
I think that's a great idea, actually.
I think it's actually a good idea, because
I think it would save us some money, because some people would be like, yeah, just do me in.
I feel like it's a fabulous idea. Like, give them the option. You don't have to force anything on anybody, but, like, give them, if they have a life sentence and they're literally never going to see...
If they're guaranteed to not leave,
There was a guy the other day that I was watching on one of my shows. He was sentenced to 350 years in jail. He ain't ever seen the light of day again. Do you give him the choice?
But did he have a chance of parole?
No.
Never? Okay, then yeah.
He murdered he raped, like, 40 women.
Well, then that piece of shit... Actually, never mind. I won't
yeah, so, like, he got sentenced to, like, 340 or 350 years in prison or something like that. So he's, like, never going to see the light of day again.
He got one was 144 years, and then because he got in multiple states, he got sentenced. Because he did it in multiple states.
No, this is a different one. This is a different one. This one was today when you weren't home.
Oh. Well, the one we were watching... he would, like, drug women in their sleep already so they wouldn't wake up and then do it.
Yeah.
And he had, like, women in 3 states that he had like, 40-some people. Yeah, he got 144 years in one place, 174 years in one place, and, like, he literally had, like, 400 or 500 years.
People like this, like these sick people... They get off too easy for me.
I know. But I do think that they should be given that choice.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
I don't think there should be a humane
it would
choice
save
for
this.
them.
I think it's kind of stupid that they wait to execute somebody until they've had them on death row for 17 years, 23 years. I'm like, really?
Like, I understand you got to let them exhaust all of their appeals and stuff. Like, that is part of the criminal. You have to let them do that. But once they have exhausted all of their appeals, there's nothing to keep you from, you're like, get rid of them.
Yeah. And quit paying the fucking taxes.
Quit feeding them. I mean, I can think of cheap ways to get rid of prisoners, but they call them inhumane. But that's what irritates me about our society.
A 3-cent lead bullet or a lead pill.
That's called a firing squad, guys.
I'm just saying.
And I'm pretty sure that's still legal in some states, and I'm fairly certain Ohio is one of them, actually. But
I'm probably sure it's probably still legal in Texas too.
I would say everything's legal in Texas.
I know it's legal in Texas. I'm pretty sure of it. Because somebody was having an aneurysm about it like last year or year before.
Yeah.
Whew, good Lord. That was a bad choice. Whew. Yeah, we're on that note. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's dying. Okay, so are you guys ready for the word of the night?
Yes.
It's an acronym, by the way. Pretty sure that's the right word, right? Like where each letter represents a word. That's an acronym, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's an acronym. JOMO.
JOMO. So, like...
JOMO. What do you think JOMO means? We kind of did it this year. Kind of. In a way.
Jump or move over.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad, yeah.
I have no idea. I'm trying to think of an acronym, and I just nope.
Joy of missing out.
Oh, okay.
And it's like when you enjoy what you're doing here and now, and not what social media broadcasting or seeing what everyone else is doing. Opposite of FOMO or fear of missing out. At the same time, like, we just had that for Christmas. Like, Lil was not feeling well, so we didn't end up going anywhere because we didn't know if she was coming down with a sickness. So So we stayed home all day, and we're like, sorry guys, we just want to make sure she doesn't get anyone else sick or something if she does have a sickness.
Know what, though? It was my favorite Christmas we've had together yet.
So, like, we just chilled, watched a bunch of our new movies that we got with the kids, and played with Legos, and...
Let the kids enjoy their new toys, and just had a really awesome, great day. Like, we just had a really nice day together as a family.
It was nice just to hang out. We had a nice big breakfast. Oh,
it was delicious. And then I just made grilled ham and cheese sandwiches for the kids for dinner. Because, I mean, we had a massive breakfast, so that was kind of our breakfast and lunch. And they were too busy playing. They really didn't want to eat. So I made something I knew they'd eat.
And something quick and easy, too.
Yeah. It was great. It was my favorite Christmas we've had. Plus, I got to get you Layla, and you got me Clarice.
Not
I worked
on purpose.
really hard to get you Layla, though. So, like,
right.
I was really excited that you got her.
I just had a great Christmas overall.
Yeah? Good.
Just got a bunch of things I needed and wanted.
There you go.
Dude, I got a new shop vac. I'm so fucking excited. Cleaning cages is about to get 100 times easier.
I'll take much to get you going, does it?
Listen to me. I special requested that because cleaning cages is a dick, okay? And I really don't want to... I don't want to use my regular vacuum cleaner. I feel like that would fuck it up pretty good. And I love my vacuum cleaner. So I asked for a wet, dry shop vac. I wanted one. Really bad. And so my wonderful, fabulous, amazing husband got it for me. He also got me The Complete Ball Python by Kevin McCurley, which I wanted really badly.
I got her a 10-gallon shop vac.
Yeah.
I made sure I got something fucking hefty.
He got me a good one.
See, me, for when I moved out, I wanted a shark vacuum because I had only ever used one one time and fell in love with one. Well, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love my
Listen,
shark.
my vacuum my wonderful, fabulous mother-in-law got for me because I was bitching that mine was sitting right.
One day.
And so she bought me a new vacuum, and I love it.
What is it?
I have no idea. It's red. That's what I know.
I think it's a Eureka.
I have no idea, but it works great.
I don't know.
I like it, and it works fabulous. So, it works better than the last one I had. That motherfucker wouldn't even pick up nothing. Remember, you had to go over it like 10 times to get it to vacuum.
Oh, that reminds me of the place I lived in Warren for just a few weeks at. When I moved in there, the apartment had a bunch of different vacuums in it because the landlord kept a bunch of vacuums for people to use that lived there, you know. Because you only owned like a bedroom in this place. Well, so their vacuum sucked. I started using my Shark, and it took this floor from like a gray blue to a navy blue, like bright navy blue. It was just the gray color was gone. And I'd already ran into their vacuum over like 3 times. Ran the Shark over it like once, and like one pass on the carpet before I made it all the way across. Like I had to empty my Shark. My Shark was just picking so much crap off that floor. Like it wasn't properly getting cleaned.
I'm kind of afraid to scrub our rugs.
That wasn't scrubbing. That was just...
I know, but it made me think of my rug in the house, and it makes me afraid. We'll probably end up tearing...
Or the baby's room.
Yeah, we'll probably end up tearing up that rug before we actually fucking scrub it, I swear.
What, hers?
Any of them.
She wants to linoleum our whole house.
Like the one that's in, like the stuff that's in our kitchen that looks like wood floor, but it's linoleum. Yep, nope, I want it everywhere.
Don't blame me. Because carpet easily stains. It's hard to keep clean.
Well, the nice thing about the linoleum is like you can easily move things. Like unlike carpeting, it has gets everything caught in it and shit.
Yeah,
it's easier to clean, and if something shits on my floor, it's 10 times easier to clean up.
True, very true.
This is the things I think about. Okay,
She thinks about this because last week she volunteered us to watch my friend's dog. And he shit on our floor, and she was like, "Fuck!"
Twice.
The really, really big one?
No. It was a big dog. It was a shepherd still.
Yeah, I swear to God, though, it took a shit the size of its head twice on my floor.
So if it's a shepherd's head, so okay, so yeah, Tink disappear.
I mean, they had
his head was like this big at this point in time. Like this one, this dog, not the big shepherd we were telling you about earlier. It's a completely different dog.
No, it was like just funny though. She's like, "Fuck!"
I'm like, it's good karma. We're helping a friend out. It's fine. And I didn't even tell them that he shit on my floor. Was he good? Yeah, he was a good boy. Which otherwise he was.
How many days did you watch this dog?
Just one.
Just overnight.
And he shit twice.
And pissed once. All over the floor. I mean, pissed a lot.
The first day he was there. Yeah.
He was only there one day.
I know, but like he spent the night, and then like the next day, he didn't have any accidents in the house. He did really good. He actually
was he like still puppyfied?
He is still a puppy. He's only like 5 months old.
Oh.
And like they're like, I'm sorry if he has an accident. I'm like, I knew that this was going to be a risk when I agreed to this, and I did, but I didn't want them to have to cancel his birthday plans.
Right.
They had plans for like they had a babysitter for their dog. And they backed out on him.
Like 2 hours before they were supposed to leave.
Oh, wow, that's crappy.
And they were going to have to cancel their plans. And
why did the
really
babysitter back at last minute?
Well, that's a long story that we're not going to get into on something that people can listen to.
I have no knowledge of it myself. But
so I felt really bad, so I offered to watch him. Because it was only for like 24 hours total.
And she hated herself.
That was like asking me what I had for supper, and I don't even remember that.
Sorry, so...
Man, we're full of interruptions.
Yeah, you had a pork chop. Anyways, we got a small interruption. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, man. So I have no clue what we were talking about.
I can't.
Neither do these two.
Oh, we have a bowl to finish, though.
We do? Indeed we do.
I forgot what we were talking about, but I didn't forget the weed.
I had to get a fucking drink first. Because, oh my good lord. My mouth was so dry, it was retarded.
The front of that almost looks like a mouse's head.
Kinda.
Would think it looks like a wand. Like a magical wand. Like, when it doesn't have weed in it and I'll dump it all over my fucking hand, I will show you what it looks like. It looks like a little wand. You just hold on to it and you're like, ha ha! Magical.
Abracadabra. Poof.
You look more like you should be saying bippity boppity boop.
Wait a minute. I do not look like a fairy godmother right now.
Like you're just all like
I look
fucking
like a homeless fairy godmother. But
By the way, you know how you were saying that your face was really cold? You just need to grow you a beard. Then your face won't be cold.
Remember, most nights I post to sleep with CPAP. CPAP, the face mask part, likes to pull on facial hair, so no thanks, I'll pass on facial hair.
Gotcha.
I hate my facial hair being pulled on.
maybe that's why my dad rips his off in his sleep.
Maybe.
My stepmom gets really mad at him because he's supposed to sleep with one of them freaking machines.
Yeah, a CPAP machine.
Okay. And he will literally rip it off in his sleep. Check it.
Oh yeah, me too. I've actually chucked the whole damn machine before. I've actually had to follow the power cord, the direction the power cord went, and find the machine.
I threw a lamp at my ex-mother-in-law one time because she turned the light on me while I was sleeping.
I was asleep low. And the first time it happened, actually, was actually the second night I was being sleep tested. Night I had to be hooked to the machine for the testing. I literally threw the machine during the sleep lab.
That's exciting.
Dude, my favorite hospital story is when I went there for I needed just a breathing treatment. And they wanted to hook me up to a heart thing and check my heart. And I'm like, I don't need my heart checked. I just need a breathing treatment. That's all you need to give me. Like, that's all it is. And they come in with them stupid little sticky pad things to stick on your chest. And I'm like, do not stick those on me. I don't want it. I swear to God, I will rip it off and stick it on your forehead. And this bitch didn't listen. And she put one on my chest, and by the time she turned to put the next one on, she got one on her fucking forehead. Needless to say, after that, I didn't have to have the heart thing, and they gave me my breathing treatment, and off I went. I don't have a whole lot of patience when I'm in the emergency room. I'm not always super friendly.
Advice of the night.
Yeah. If you encounter me in the emergency room, I'm not always nice. Just do what I tell you.
Don't find Mal in the emergency room. It's not the best choice.
When I know what's wrong and I tell you what's wrong, just do what I tell you and we'll be fine.
Especially at Quarry Hospital. Shit. Be lucky not to be dead.
Jesus Christ. You sprayed your back. Here's some pills. Okay.
I've never once in my life ever heard of spraining your back ever until that day.
What?
Mal sprained her back.
Apparently.
Because her back seized up. And she had back spasms as she moved. They said that it was caused from her having
I sprained
back. I've never heard of it in my entire life.
I can imagine there being a muscle in there you could sprain.
Okay, but they literally came in, asked me what was wrong, and I told them what was going on, and they left, came back with a prescription, and said, here's some shots in my ass, here you go.
The one, doctor felt her lower back, a little bit, just to see, how things felt, and he was like, okay. They didn't take x-rays, nothing.
Okay, wait a minute.
Set me on my merry way.
They jammed a needle in her lower back and or top of her ass,
right about where my pizza's at, just blip, blip.
Both sides, and shot her up and said, okay, you're all set. See you later.
Yeah.
She was like, okay. They're like, yep, take the medicine once a day. Okay, cool.
You can go back to work in 2 days. I didn't go back to work for 2 weeks. Because my back was so fucked, I couldn't even walk.
Yeah, sounds like I would have went to I don't think I used that hospital anymore, but I don't use Quarry Hospital.
I don't. The next time I had to go to the hospital, I drove my happy ass all the way to fucking Warren.
Because me, personally, if I'm going to go anywhere, I'm headed straight to St. V's.
You took me to one of them hospitals up there somewhere. One of the times I hurt my back is you wouldn't take me to Quarry Hospital again. You made me go all the way to Erie Hospital.
I don't know.
Because that's when they actually took x-rays, and he's like, yeah, no.
Maybe that was Hammett.
I think it was Hammett.
Last time I was at Hammett, let's just say I didn't go along in that place real well.
That's me at St. Mary's Hospital.
Because
I'm their favorite. Or at least I used to be.
Because I started having it. Because that was the night I started actually having my dizzy spells. I was actually at the hospital when it started happening. That was the funnier part.
That's shitty.
And they have never completely left. Every time I think they're gone, I'll get one every now and again, and I'll go, oh shit! Crash, bang, boom.
St. Mary's Hospital, when I was with the boy's dad, there was this doctor there, Dr. Patanker. Okay? Some fucking Middle Eastern bastard. Alright?
Garface, motherfucker.
Oh, he was paying my ass. Alright? I would literally... His sperm donor used to spend a whole lot of time in the hospital because of his asthma and stuff. We were there at least like once a month at one point. And I would call the hospital ahead of time. Who's the doctor today? And if it was Patanker, I'm like, you better tell him that we're coming. I'd tell him who we were. Because he knew I was going to be a pain in his ass. Him and I did not see eye to eye. We did not get along. The day that the boy shit on him and pissed on him was my favorite day ever.
It's funny.
It was amazing.
It
It was amazing. Shit all over his hand, then pissed all over his coat. It was great. It was like the best. I laughed.
Sounds like a really rough day.
He was really unenthused, and I'm over there rolling. He hated me, and I hated him, and we knew it.
That's fun.
What, your oldest did this to the doctor?
Yeah.
When he was a baby.
Nice.
Yeah. Doctor I hated more than anything in the world.
Nice.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
It's a bad day.
Yeah.
Like,
He was so not happy.
you get shit on your hand, and then the kid pisses on your coat. You're like, fuck.
Oh, it was hilarious. It was bad. I laughed so fucking hard.
Just-
right there with him next to me.
Just full of dirtiness.
Yep.
Yay.
Meanwhile, my ex was sitting there going,
Mortified.
yep.
It's okay. Truly.
That's okay. It was hilarious.
Funny shit. That's what it was. I can imagine it had been fucking hilarious. This guy probably shit his pants.
This wasn't for shits and giggles. This one was, some giggles.
It was shits and giggles, though. On that note, we gotta get going. We'll catch you later. Alright, so if you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube and whatever you're on, Spotify. Yeah.
Wherever the hell you are.
We don't
Just
know,
because as much as we could get out there, the better it is for us, And I mean, obviously, it shows that you guys like it. And we appreciate seeing that you guys like it, so
yes,
we would
it makes
just
us
love
smile. It really does.
Yeah,
love to see that
love
sub.
Seeing everything, we're gonna get everything here rolling here soon.
So on that set, I also want to say that we have our episode comes out every Friday night. Usually, hopefully, we like to get out about 4:20. Depending on work schedules, it doesn't always work out that way.
But we try.
But so you can hear the Ganja People every Friday night after 4:30-ish. Somewhere in the afternoon, evening time.
Yep.
Every single week.
All right.
On that note, we're just going to say we're out. So, just remember, don't let your meatloaf.
Keep it creative.
Keep it dank, Ganja Gang.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.